This is a seated wide grip low row, okay? So basically one of the most difficult movement patterns that you'll find to train whenever you don't have a huge amount of equipment access. So even in my gym here where I have a decent variety of equipment, a low rowing pattern outside of a dumbbell row is one of the hardest ones to train. It's very easy to train from pulling overhead with a lat pull down or pull-ups or assisted pull-ups. It's very hard to find a low rowing variation that actually trains the low lats and things like that and the traps. So the simplest variation that I have found is just this one here, which is anytime you have access to a cable low down on the ground, so if you have any ability to do like a bicep cable curl, what you can do is you can just sit down, attach a lat pull down handle to the cable, the same cable that you'd use for like a bicep curl. You can do what I've done here, and I put a plate which kind of extends the distance that I am from the actual cable, okay? You don't need to do that, I can be a little bit in closer, I just personally think it's better right here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure my feet are nice and firmly planted on the plate. I want to make sure that I'm not leaned way back like this, that I'm relatively upright like this. Going to keep my spine nice and braced, so keeping my core quite tight, okay? That I'm not sort of collapsed over it like this. I'm holding it nice and tight. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull this up to my upper abs, okay? So pulling this to about here, getting a nice squeeze. I'm going to go down and I'm going to allow a nice stretch. Now whenever I reach here, if I want to get a little bit more of a stretch, I can actually let myself reach forward ever so slightly. And then I can pull back. Nice big contraction, down like this, wee bit of a stretch. Nice big contraction, just like that, okay? You can also do this with a slightly different variation, so you can do narrow grip low rows. So I said wide at the beginning, but you can also do narrow grip, okay? This is overhand narrow grip, okay? Trains slightly different muscles, gets a little bit more of the forearms involved. I can also do under grip low row, which is a little bit more biceps, but they are all variations of a cable seated low row, okay? So that is a tutorial for cable seated low row.